guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? I have that totally redesigned luxury SUV that really is coming in super strong. This is it. This is a 2023 Range Rover. This particular one is an Autobiography 530PS. But before we get into this elongated, extra luxury, extra performance SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. When you see Range Rover, you should know that that is the premium brand of the iconic British brand known as Land Rover. Now with Range Rover, they take all of that off-road goodness from Land Rover and bring it in, but basically take it and make it wear a tuxedo. And that's what you're looking at with this Range Rover Autobiography long wheelbase, is that you're getting that super sleek style, extra length and space, but also, surprisingly, off-road capability that would blow your mind. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can have your luxury cake and eat it too in the auto industry, but is this redesigned for 2023 Range Rover, say it with me, Autobiography, long wheelbase, 530PS, is this the king of all of those luxury SUVs? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, like we said, LWB, long wheelbase, that means that there's more room in between the front wheels and the rear wheels. With this being a total redesign, you have a super fresh look. At the front of the business, you're gonna get full LED lighting, and I love how Range Rover does their headlight design. Very sleek for a larger SUV. You can see where our daytime running lamps would be, obviously LED headlights. And then as we kind of drift our way down, you are gonna have some functionality here on the corners, and you're getting LED lighting on the lower portion. I love the combination of this metallic black with the gray accents. And just so you know, unfortunately, Sunshine State is not really living up to its name today here in Florida. In the sun, this actually has a metallic blue base to it that makes it look spectacular. Now, as we come across that front grille, very unique in style, but this is the Range Rover style. So when you see this coming down the road, you know it's a Range Rover. So gloss black with the different elements. Of course, you got the Land Rover badge because this is a Land Rover. It's the premium brand. Range Rover letters on the hood. I'm not the biggest fan of these stuck-on letters, so I am gonna zonk that. But you do, of course, have a forward-facing camera, that gray finish, and then more functionality. This has adaptive air ride suspension. You could go from about 7.5 inches of ground clearance to almost 11 inches of ground clearance. Right now we are in the lower setting. You got a 2-speed transfer case, and remember that all-wheel drive system that's gonna make sure that you make it through the thickest of things. Now when you get up onto that bold hood, I love the way they did the body lines. Very, very crisp, but everything has a nice kind of fold to it. That really makes it stand out. As we come around the bend, what are we working with wheel and tire on this particular setup? So just like the metallic black paint, you're gonna get these beautiful optional 23-inch wheels. So nice large size. Standard is gonna be 22. These are bespoke wheels, optional wheels. I love the split spoke design. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire? You're basically looking at 285 on the width and a 40 series sidewall. I think one of my favorite things is that there's no flat black. And if you're hearing those sirens, those are the Cadillac owners, the Rolls-Royce owners, the Bentley owners, that they saw this thing and now they're being rushed off to the hospital because it basically gave them a heart attack. That's how good this thing looks. Now, as we go down the side, clean. Look how clean the style is. The way the hood meets with the fender, that makes your body line. You notice that? Paper thin gaps. I mean, I could barely get a credit card in there. You'll notice the gray body cladding on the side. I'm loving it because it matches the grille. We got the Autobiography badging on there, and then even the way they work that lower sill. How unique is that? The way that the door curves, and then you have that lower sill that extends out. Very, very unique. Of course, we're going flush mounted door handles, and we have power folding side view mirrors. I have the doors locked so that the handles are flush, and these are tucked in. That's electric folding mirrors. Steven's gonna show you the cameras. This kind of gives us a better angle on the cameras. There's your 360-degree camera, and there's your LED turn signal. I like the way they smoke it black, like a smoked piece of brisket. Really make it blend in nicely. One of the things I've always liked about Range Rovers is their nice flat roof. Gives it that boxy look, but guess what? If you notice a lot of the other brands, they're bringing back the boxy look. Range Rover and Land Rover, they stuck with it, and it's really coming to its own all over again. As we work our way back, that long wheelbase, you see just how, I mean, this is the rear passenger door, for God's sakes. That's how massive of a space that we have to jump into, and you're gonna be going in there with me, so get ready for that. We keep working our way towards the rear. I love the way this thing just sits in the lower position. Nice, large quarter glass window, comes all the way to the edge. No gloss black crap stuck on. Spin it around the back. This is a rear end that I could get my hands all over. I absolutely love the smoked out taillights, LED taillights in there. I promise you they're in there. You got your Range Rover badge. I don't mind the letters on the actual lift gate. Up front on the hood, looks a little tacky. Back here, it looks great. And then we're gonna have to work our way down once again. Super clear, no exhaust sticking out. You do have full tow capability with this beast. 8,700 pounds towing capability. And I like the way they work the bumper to extend out just like the side sill. But this is definitely a James Bond approved SUV. And if you notice, the rear wiper is tucked in all the way up there, so we don't even have that exposed. Let's go ahead though, let's pop the hood and see what kind of twin turbo goodness we have under the bonnet of this Range Rover. All right, guys, we got the massive bonnet open. You do have hood struts to hold it up. I'm really digging that metal bracing that they put from shock top mount to shock top mount, and it also ties in the firewall. Tasteful engine cover with the Land Rover badge. You'll notice our dual throttle body setup because we have that 4.4 liter V8 engine pumping out 523 horsepower. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in this thing in about 4.1 seconds. MPGs, 16 in the city, 21 on the highway. The vehicle weighs 5,530 pounds, and like I said, can tow up to 8,200 pounds. So very nice to see the option for this twin turbo V8, but you know what? Let's fire this up. Let's see how this autobiography goes in motion. All right, guys, we're sitting in the lap of luxury, literally, in this 2023 Range Rover Autobiography long wheelbase 530 PS. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I don't have the do-re-mi for a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, but I'm hoping, I'm keeping my fingers crossed I could get one of these in my driveway because I want to be a secret agent and I definitely want to show up all the people on my block. How much is it? Very good question. The way that this one is optioned is right at $179,000. Let's see how it competes with the best of the best. To the door panels, leather everywhere. Nice, wonderful stitching. We got the Meridian premium sound system. There is a bit of gloss black, but really you shouldn't be touching that back portion. You have 3 memory seat settings, and I'm digging the aluminum finish basically everywhere. Door pocket large enough for 3 12-inch meatball subs. Get the extra parm. You know what? Tell them to throw an extra ball in there, an extra meatball on each of the subs. And I even love the center of the armrest. Like, look at the stitching and how it's stacked. It's like double stuffed, like a double stuffed Oreo cookie of softness and leather. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, smooth material. Love the way they got the dark chrome finish. If you're wondering what does this do, Look at that. There's your glove box, felt lining. You could put the family jewels in there. They're not gonna get scratched. I then hit the top one, and now you have a top glove box as well. So only the best of the best have 2 glove boxes. You get to the center stack, you have an over 11-inch infotainment system. It's that Pivi Pro operating software. I love the way it's got a nice convex bend to it. Obviously navigation, obviously full touchscreen capability. You could go access your different ride height. We could go into our drive modes. Very easy to do. Nicely set up. Shut off that pesky engine start-stop feature. You can see how responsive it is. Really nice. How about cameras? You get ready to get your mind blown. There it is. Steven is standing right there. That's the only way better that this system would be, if that we could see Steven there. I know some of the ladies out there are wanting to see Steven on camera. We'll have to hold off on that another day, but you do have your 360. You could then zoom in, zoom around. Look at this. It's like playing a video game. I almost curse. That's how good this system is. It almost made me curse. I don't like that. I don't like that I almost cursed, but I do like how good this system is. I'll throw it into reverse. There we got our trajectory. There it is with the lines, our 360. Super freaking clear. I mean, this is just dumb. That's how good it is. And then we're right back to where we started. Working your way down, you have that push-pull system. So you pull it, and now you could change your blower fan speed. You push it, push it real good. You got your temperature gauge. Really nicely done. Heated seats, ventilated seats, the whole shabam. Slide this magic drawer open. What do we got? We got wireless charging, USB-C, and some more felt lining. So this is where you could keep your porcelain dolls that your grandmother gave you that you don't want to leave around the house because you know your kids are going to break them. Leave them in there, and then you could close it right up. Love the dial. Look at this. You push this up. Now you could rotate this and go into your different modes. I'll show you more of that when you come to the business end. This is going to control that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. You have an actual volume knob, start stop button, another door. Open it up. That's where you're going to put your drinks. 2 cup holders. Nicely done. Or you slide it back and now you could get into another compartment. So you got a USB-C in here, a USB-A, and you could probably put, I would say, 4 larger transformers in there, or maybe some GoBots. Get some GoBots and keep them in there. You know, they're going up in value, so you want to hold on to those and then sell them on eBay. And then maybe you could buy your Range Rover just by selling your GoBots. Whoever said that, I'm sure there's somebody out there. Lift this up. Now we're talking. You could actually keep your Twinkies nice and cool. Put about 10 Twinkies in there. Or if you want, you can make them double cool. So you got double cool or single cool. How cool do you like your Twinkies? It's up to you. That's what you get with this Range Rover. And then of course you have a nice little pad here. This is where you could like rest it so that you could get the other ones in there. Seats. Check out this freaking headrest. It looks like something that you'd find in a nail spa. Looks like it's gonna massage your head. The leather, the nice soft bolstering, full electric assist, large wide cushions. Looks like a lazy boy seat in a very good way. You got this neoprene material, which is very classy. And then for some reason, they give you an extra captain's chair armrest. I guess this is where you could like contemplate, how much am I gonna get for my GoBots? You could think about those things. Headliner is leather. How do I know? Because I could see the cowl markings on it with the stitching. And then of course, if you're going big, you're gonna go big with a panoramic roof. Absolutely massive. Opens at a snail pace. So if you're looking for a fast way to see the sky, the best thing to do is probably open up the side window and stick your head out it because it's very slow. But you got that nice panoramic roof in here. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Land Rover, Range Rover Autobiography. Coming over. Guys, business time behind the wheel. Like I said, 3 memory seat settings. You have a very tasteful aluminum sill plate. Autobiography name illuminates LED. Nice size pedal box. You have some aluminum on the brake pedal and the throttle. I wish there was some aluminum on the dead pedal, but you got lots of room. Nice thick pile carpet. Look at the seat cushion in this thing. Unbelievable. I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of headroom in here. I mean, come on. Let's get real. Steering wheel, Love the way you got the black around the exterior, leather on the interior, new steering wheel with the aluminum finish, heated wheel, great stitching on the buttons. We have metal paddles to go up and down that 8-speed automatic, and then check out that digital gauge display, all new, and there's a head-up display, and this is electric tilting and telescoping. Let me show you something. Watch this. We go into our different modes. It just would be cool if it was the actual Autobiography that we were in instead of that gold colored one, but very cool the way it's got the different backgrounds there as you go through the 31 flavors of modes that this has. We're going to keep it in sport mode, which is what is called dynamic in the whole world of Range Rovers and Land Rovers. You just put over right in dynamic mode. But you know what? It's not just about the people in the front. And to be honest with you, this particular vehicle, you might want to get a chauffeur to drive you around, because wait until we show you the backseat area in this long wheelbase Autobiography Range Rover. Let's get back there. All right, guys, rear seat time. And you know what? You would think that this is like a 5-row passenger SUV. It's not. It's actually 2 rows. And I'm telling you right now, you are living the life to be able to sit back here and be driven around. You got your AC vents nicely placed up top, the leather headliner. Look at the screens on the back of the seats. Nice touchscreen capability. Everything easy to access, including your navigation. You got super-sized pockets to put a couple British scones in those. And then look at the back of the command center. I have a nice little storage area with felt lining. You could keep all your Dungeons and Dragon figurines in there for your road trip. We got dual climate, heated seats, ventilated seats. Close the door, and then look at what we got going on here. I mean, it is unbelievable. I got a actual screen here to adjust everything from the blinds to the climate to the lighting, all on the screen. Hit this guy right here. Look at this. So that extends forward, and then what do we have? There's our 2 cup holders. So all that to just be able to put your cup of tea perfectly placed there. I mean, that's what you're getting with this thing, and then you just close it up. I mean, come on, let's get real. Open this up. What do we have here? Let's say you're going out on a hot date and you just ate a Manhattan everything bagel, and you're like, oh my God, we're about to pick up my hot date. I rented this vehicle. I got my chauffeur. You got a mirror. This way you could get all the little pieces out of your teeth from your everything bagel, or you could do other things with this. Put in the comment section what you think you would do with this Range Rover mirror. Kind of interesting that they have that in there. But the seats are great. Let's go ahead, let's get into the cargo area and see how much space we have in this Range Rover. All right, guys, time to get in that cargo area. We're gonna hit the button. Nice electric assist, of course. What are we thinking on this Range Rover? You're then gonna hit this button, and that's gonna lower your loading dock. And what's great is you could actually raise and lower the rear of the vehicle right from the switch gear that's on the passenger side. You'll notice that massive cargo net. Get your box of Twinkies in there. There's a 12-volt. Love the nice texturized carpet. Lots of room. But you know what? It's not just about the room. I promise you that. Especially with a vehicle like that. It's about how it drives, how you feel behind the wheel. So why don't we go ahead, let's give it our best shot. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in this over 500 horsepower monster of a luxury SUV. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 Range Rover Autobiography long wheelbase 530PS. Right away, this is at such a high level of build quality on the interior, it's ridiculous. The doors are so heavy in a very good vault-like way, and I love the way they close nice and tight, and inside it is so quiet you could hear a pin drop from within inside the interior of this vehicle. Absolutely phenomenal. We got the digital rear view mirror. Love all the changes that they made to the dash, the infotainment system, all of the different compartments, storage areas, and ways to get into your dual climate, your heated seats, your ventilated seats, the whole shabam. One other thing I want to show you is that you actually hit the vehicle. That brings you into all of the different settings that you want for the auto start stop, but then you could also go into dynamic eye. It's got a little race car helmet. Watch this. Hit that. Stopwatch. Lap times. And a G meter. And you know what? When it comes to handling, the rear wheel steer on this vehicle makes it a breeze. And I love the way the head-up display has a nice large tachometer and gives you your speed as well. So nice to have that clear as day right up front. But how many luxury SUVs do you know of, especially this size, that have a G meter? I mean, it's pretty phenomenal what this vehicle is bringing, especially for the price. I mean, I know it's $180,000, but when compared to vehicles that cost $100,000 more, $200,000 more, you're getting a lot of different things with this particular Range Rover. But very, very nicely done. We're gonna see how this thing goes on throttle in about T-minus 5 seconds. I love the sound of that freaking 4.4 liter V8. The twin turbos sounding good. I'm gonna left foot brake here a little bit, and we're gonna go on throttle from a dead stop if you're ready. On throttle, here we go, look at this. Nice shifts from that 8-speed. This thing is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I like the way you get enough of that V8 rumble. Just enough to let you know that, listen, you're in something very, very unique, very special, but then you have all these high-end finishes everywhere. The new steering wheel is spot on the money. The dash is superb. Those rear seats, you saw the space. You saw what your passengers are going to be sitting in. Okay, so this doesn't have 10 rows, but who cares? This has got a level of luxury and performance that blows my mind, to be honest with you. And I'm just loving the way that they styled the exterior. But we're going to do a little twisty bit action and see how she handles. So on the brakes, remember we got those 23-inch wheels into this right-hand bend. On throttle, here we go. Powering out. On those big old binders, look at this. With the rear wheel steering. Yes, it's a little floaty, but you know what? That's because of the size of this thing, the air ride suspension, but still very buttoned up. And I like that. Super smooth. And that's the great thing, is that with all the different modes, this thing changes personality at the drop of a hat. That's what's fabulous about it, especially when it comes to the off-road qualities. This thing could go through almost 3 feet of water by raising the suspension. That's how good it is. But steering is nice and light, especially even in dynamic mode. And it's just really quiet. On throttle, here we go. It feels not very natural to be able to drive a vehicle like this with this kind of performance. Like, to put the two together, the size, the luxury, but then also bring the performance. That's kind of hard to do in this Range Rover, especially with the style. And then look at this, you stop on a British pound and you give everybody change. I mean, that's what's fantastic about it. Rear wheel steering allows you to make a U-turn so easy. One more time. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes. Nice and easy into this right-hand bend. Powering out. I love how clear the dash is with the navigation in the center. But this really is that James Bond spec large SUV. And it just, you don't feel any imperfections in the road. That's another thing that's just freaking crazy. But hopefully this has been a nice overall review of the all-new long wheelbase autobiography, this Range Rover. We're gonna get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. Maybe if you want this one, you can have it shipped right to you. They'll ship all over the freaking country. But we're gonna wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. Guys, it's been one heck of a day here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. Definitely wanna thank Jeff and Miro and the rest of the crew getting us this very first of their long wheelbase autobiographies. Remember, they will ship this thing anywhere in the United States if you are wanting to park this in your garage. But let me know what you think. Is this the king of all those luxury SUVs that are out there, especially when it comes to price? You don't necessarily have to spend $500,000 to have the best. Is it possible to go this route? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rise family. We got to give it up to 008. Who is that? That's Stephen Flood, Stephen Flood Photography. That's his official favorite number, not just 8. He's got to be 008 for some reason. Show him some love in that comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.